Yeah, how's it going, everybody? I will get my stuff together here as quickly as I can here. Bear with me. I just need to make sure that the YouTube is up and running, and then we can get to business. I am going to post this link in the video as well. I've got multiple things here going on at the same time, so please forgive me. I haven't yet quite figured out how to get the order of operations together to make all this video and all that stuff work. So it does take me a second. I apologize. Make sure I have sound. Video. Oh yeah, we have sound. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I will copy the link for the StreamYard. Control C. I'm going to drop it in the comment section over here. Boom. Control V, enter, something like that. And then I'm going to grab this link, Control C, over here. I don't know where I'm putting it. Forgot where I was going. I apologize. And I promise we will get this thing rocking and rolling pretty quick. The premise of today's discussion is what's happening in the housing market. I'm a little bit more than concerned with that, and I'll explain to y'all why here in just a second. All right, that link is posted. Hopefully we'll get some sort of conversation going on about all of this fun stuff. We can go to there, close that, minimize that. Okay, so obviously this is a public video. It should be anyway. I should probably check that because sometimes I'm not the smartest guy in the world when it comes to this stuff. Make sure it's not posted unlisted or something. How do I know? Well, I guess I'll have to open up the YouTube studio and investigate. One of these days I will get my crap together here and figure out how to make all this go a little bit more smoothly. Okay, live. And it says that is indeed public. Okay, cool. So that should be open for anybody that is subscribed. Okay, I dig it. So anyway, I'm one of them guys that logged into Zillow and that kind of deal. So every month I get a report about my house and neighborhood and all of these things. And I'll try not to blather too much about this. But there's an incredible increase happening in the cost of homes right now that should be alarming to anybody that's watching it. We bought this house. We closed in October 2017. So 3 years and 5 months ago or so, right? Less than 3.5 years. At that time, appraisal value of the house was $92,500, I think. 90,500 or 92,500. Nevertheless, the current rate of increase projected on Zillow this month, and I'll see if I can share that with y'all, is upwards to 6%. See if we can do this. Share. Ooh, they've changed that. Okay, share screen. Okay, we're gonna try to share this one. Allow. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, so you can see that a current estimate for the home is 112,000. Not sustainable, y'all. Not at all. There is, there's where I was going. Okay, so if we scroll down here, if I can figure out how to scroll down here, doggone, the page won't let me. Was it minimized? All right, well, that ought to work anyway. So what that shows us here is a 5.6% change upwards in a 30-day period. I checked this 2 days ago, and the current rate over that 30 days was 4.03% or 4.3%. So we're climbing at about 1.3% roughly over an accumulative period of about 14 days right now. At that rate, this is not sustainable in any market. I mean, it's just not. How many people are going to pay so much more than what their homes are actually worth? And I don't know. I mean, I understand the argument, right? Things are what they're worth, what people will pay for them, right? But here's the rub. I'll try to get to this as simply as I can. We've been considering a refi recently, and because the interest rates are so much lower. So the situation comes to this. Okay, here we go. So whatever our balance is, it's 70,000 or something that we owe on the house. So we're in that at 4%. If we go and refinance the place, we can get down to about 2%, in fact, 2% flat. So we shave a bunch of points off. We could refinance it for a lesser period of time. And that'll save us, in the interest, right? But if we go and get a refinance on the house, we also have to reappraise the house. The appraisal value is going to increase by such a high volume by the time we get this done that I'm going to be paying 50% more in property tax. Our current property tax here in the city of Quincy is not good. We're paying almost $140 a month just in property tax. For something that you're supposed to own, I think that's ridiculous. Everybody knows how I feel. Taxation is theft. It is what it is. I get it. We can argue that daily. Got something going on here. I don't know what. It feels funny. So, I'm looking at it, and I'm sure everybody is. I mean, there's more and more attention being brought to this, but there is damn near half of all of the money that's ever been created has been created in the past year and some months. 50% of the money added to the system that quickly is going to cause for inflation. It's going to. But the inflation rate is going to be 100% in order to keep up with that. If inflation increases by 100%, therefore everything else should increase by 100%. Wages should increase by 100%, right? Like, it's not happening. I mean, everybody goes to work and they're working for a deflationary wage and an inflationary financial system that we have no control of. And I think that's why everybody's running to cryptocurrencies right now. It's hedging your bet, if you will. There was a huge move last night in Bitcoin. We got real close to hitting an all-time new high. I reckon that'll happen again several times in the very near future. You've got guys like Warren Buffett that are selling all of their bank stocks. It's interesting. He's picking up stocks in pharmaceuticals and that kind of deal. But like, Warren Buffett has been a stock of the bank man forever, and he sold it all. He got out of banks. Like, there's something going on with the financial system that everybody needs to be paying attention to. I got focused on one screen here. Make sure I'm not preventing anyone from having anything to say here if they want to. I understand the talk is not super exciting. It's going to be a bunch of boring stuff that most people are not interested in. But at the same time, I think that people need to be taking a look at this. I have friends that I communicate with here online that don't see this stuff happening because they're just not paying attention to it, right? And I hate to use a word like oblivious, but if you're not looking at it and you don't see it, there's not much other way to describe it. So if our house was worth $92,000 and it has increased by $20,000 worth of value, and that didn't happen over a 3-year period, it started happening about a year ago. We're looking at a 20% increase in price over the past calendar year. I reckon that that's going to have to continue again, like I said, for until we can get to 100% valuation, and that's going to be based on how much currency is out there. Problem is that we haven't stopped doing that, right? We're still just creating more debt, and it's happening quickly. Mr. YouTube sucks ass. Pleasure to see you, bud. Let's see if you're more than welcome to hop in here as well, bud. There is a link to the StreamYard there in the YouTube side of things. If you're watching from there, you're more than welcome to take part in the conversation. And just to recap, I don't know how long you've been here. We're looking at inflationary numbers in the housing market right now. I was watching a video of a 1-bedroom ranch in the greater DC metropolitan area, and here the house realistically would probably be worth 2 years ago it would be worth somewhere in the markets of $28,000, maybe $30,000, fixer upper kind of deal. Floors are dilapidated, rotten. Please don't step outside on the porch, you're going to fall through. In the ads, all original 1940s plumbing in the bathroom, kitchen. Floors were in bad shape. It was a shell of a ranch style house, right? It was listed for $275,000. It had 88 offers within 3 days. It sold for nearly $500,000. Lead pipes and all, right? Hey, Ray, what's up? So I'm a little disheveled, if you will, right? Again, a 20% annual increase in the cost of homes is not sustainable. It's just not unless they're going to increase everybody's wages by 20% every year too. Yeah, right. I don't know. Lead doesn't go for near as much as silver does. That's for sure. Or copper, or silver, or gold, or any of that platinum, palladium. But yeah, I'm actually blown away by this. Again, I don't know if you guys were here for it. The latest Zillow report shows our home here with a 5.6% monthly increase in value, in cost. Like, if we were to put the house on the market, we should be trying to sell it for $20,000 more than what we paid for it. It is. Let's see. I was on my way to the shower off some of this outdoor funk accumulated over the past 6 hours. Just wanted to say hi. Well, hey, buddy, long time no see. I'll probably be around for a few minutes. If you get an opportunity, hop in, man. It's good to see you. Yeah, 2007 in reverse is absolutely right. Your thing that I'm seeing is this isn't just a housing bubble, right? This is a dollar sign bubble. I've never seen a currency bubble. I've never seen where we just start inflating the amount of money that's out there at such an alarming rate that cows don't have time to come home, right? They're all out there eating and we're still just dumping more food. There is I, I don't know. When I got my last report, it said 3.96% or something increase, and we had bumped up to $106,000 at that point. And then one love to you, buddy. And then and I thought, well, man, I should be looking at this more than once a month if it's going to be rising at a 4% rate. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, still just over 4% that time. And now we're teetering at 6%. 2 days ago, it was 4%. So accumulatively over the past 30 days, shifted over 2 days, suddenly it's 6%. So in the past month, the rates are climbing even higher than they were before. I don't know what the end game is with this. I don't know how long this is going to take place. But again, look, man, I am not a financial advisor by any means, but I strongly feel like anybody that has any liquid money needs to probably hedge it somehow, right? Buy something that is not affected by inflationary numbers, whether it be, cryptocurrencies or precious metals. Metals remain stable, right? They are the last thing to change, but it's always going to be valued at a specific value, right? It's a finite resource. They can't just keep printing silver, right? I guess that's what I'm saying. We are in fact practicing what we preach as well. And don't go spend all your money on something and think that I thought that was a good idea. Again, if you have liquid money, well, I don't know, man. I'm having a problem with relating anything that's in paper. Some time ago, I thought that buying paper stocks on metals was okay, right? But with delivery, the way things are going recently, I mean, if I put in an order for silver, I might not get it for several weeks just because the clearinghouses don't have it. So that's becoming an issue. I don't know. I'm becoming a real big fan in physical assets. I'm still looking at stocks. For instance, if you guys aren't familiar, Coinbase, which is the largest crypto exchange out there, is fixing to be the first one to go public as an IPO. That happens on April 14th. So we are currently 4 days away from that. It looks to be very promising. They've got 91 million shares is their market cap currently. During the angel investment period, there was like $325 a share. Numbers look like they're probably going to be somewhere in the markets of $1,000 to $1,200 a share when they go public on the 14th. So I'm real interested in that, but their valuation is higher than the NASDAQ. I mean, it's like it's so they'll be the biggest, largest thing on the exchange. It's crazy. People are running to crypto en masse, so there's no doubt about that. Real big on movement on Bitcoin last night. If no one was aware of that, it's a good 10% jump that happened last night. So Okay, gosh, I hope I'm back. It's the man trying to hold me down. Ermagerd. Okay, let's see. I'm here duplicated, it looks like, but I don't know. I'm going to say, oh, so 91 million shares as a market cap. I forgot where I was at. Oh, go to Zillow. That's what I was saying. Go to Zillow, take a look at your house, see what they estimate the value of your home, the price of your home to be, in comparison to what you think it is in real numbers. I've been doing this for trim your beard. I just did 2 days ago. So do this. I think you'll be amazed. Again, like I said, Zillow is typically within 7 to 8 or 6 to 8% plus or minus of being a realistic number of what your house would sell for. That's kind of their claim to fame as being that accurate. And just go look. Zillow.com, punch in your address and see what it says. And I think that you will be alarmed. I really do. Whether it's a good alarm and you go, okay, yeah, cool, let's sell the house tomorrow, or oh my goodness, what's going on? But 6% monthly increase is that's just not, that's not real. That is, I don't, the only thing that's causing that is more money being injected into the system. And if it's happening in the housing market where finances are so important, worst Santa Claus ever, you're absolutely right, buddy. I'm only bringing you one gift, and yours is black and lumpy. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Maybe you need a switch, Wilson. That's what you need. Let's see. Bitcoin is the recent GPO price. I know it's terrible, man. Don't go try to buy a graphics card right now, y'all. I actually spent last night, well, 2 nights in a row, searching for actual mining machines. I've been looking at the ASIC machines, the ASIC machines. So video cards are very difficult to find right now. If you want a GPU, you might be SOL, unless you're a VIP in DC that can pay $500,000 for a shitty $30,000 ranch house that's falling over. Whew. Okay, so I don't have a lot to talk about really, other than I just want people to watch what's happening. Again, nearly half of every dollar that's been created, half of all of the money that's ever been created in this country was created in the past year and change. Think about that. It means everything has the possibility of costing 100% more than what it did a year ago in short order. A lot of people are noticing lumber is up like 250% over the past year and a half. And again, you're going to notice it on those areas first. Housing, products that it takes to make a house, appliances, it's all coming. But it won't be long, and it's going to be grocery stores or cab rides or, yeah, well, taxation is theft, sir. You betcha. Absolutely. And inflation is theft. It's just hidden as a secret tax, right? I mean, I don't understand why the majority of people don't the way I do. Most of my friends will argue with me and go, well, wait, tax isn't theft, I mean, we're kind of agreeing to pay for it. I like roads and I like the fire department. I like all these things. Well, yeah, look, I understand that. I'm not arguing that infrastructure is an important thing, right? But I also think that there's other ways that we could do this. For instance, why can't I opt out of the taxes that I want? If we want to agree as a society that you should pay 10% to the system to make sure that everything works right, why can't I allocate where my 10% goes? Because if it's a good idea to spend money on, people are going to do it, right? The argument from my friends is, well, if you did that, everybody would opt out. Like people that didn't have kids would take money out of the school system. Okay. But the people that do would put money in it. The people that don't drive wouldn't put money in the road system. Fair enough, but they might put money more in the fire department. I understand that it requires some cost to make infrastructure happen. But I also think that we shouldn't have an open checkbook that just continues to be spent however politicians think they want to be able to spend it. My phone's buzzing and vibrating. Who knows why, y'all? I apologize. I'm trying to keep up track with everything here, which is mildly challenging for me. Here we go. Let me look at these YouTube contents. Buy some AR-15s. Yes, sir. Big fan of the AR-15. Nice chassis. Trim your... No, not even talking to you anymore, Wilson. Okay, so again, just to touch base on this, everybody go to Zillow.com, take a look at your house. I'm not going to stay on here any longer. I have mining machines to go find tonight and try to get this up and running. If you haven't diversified your portfolio into physical stuff, I'm not going to say I recommend it. I'm going to say it wouldn't be a bad idea. Wait, Paulie. Hey, Nick, what's happening, man? It wouldn't be a bad idea to have some physical assets, y'all. Just hedge your bets, put it somewhere that the dollar sign is not going to make it dissolve. If everything's going to go up 100%, which it has no option other than, if we're going to inject that much money into the system, things are going to go up. Put it somewhere that the value will go up with that. I'm sure the majority of people that would be listening to me are smart enough to understand what that means. If you don't, reach out, send me a message. We can talk about it. I realize that the somewhat about the economy. Go, Nick. Let me have it, buddy. Maybe I'll have a dumb answer for you. I understand that the educational system has failed some of my younger friends, right? They never had a class in school of how to write checks or balance a checkbook or any of that stuff. So I get it. It's another thing, right? Like basic life experiences should be taught to children. If we're going to have a school system and pay for it, we should pay them to teach them requirements in life, right? Like how to change a damn tire. Nick, I don't know if I'm just having a problem keeping up with the chat here or if it's taking that long for you to ask your question, but let's see here. And if y'all hadn't seen it, I did drop the link here for the StreamYard. If anyone would like to, they're more than welcome to Control V, come on in as well. Because I don't do well talking to myself, guys. You know this. If there's someone here that would like to have some sort of conversation, I'm more than happy to add you in. I had a weird thing too when I started this stream. It didn't ask me the questions it normally does, like, is this stream for kids or is it for grown-ups? Or I didn't get any of that, so that's kind of weird. It just launched. I keep hearing back and forth that the huge corporations, Marlboro, Budweiser, etc., are looking to get involved with the cannabis industry. My question about it is in two parts. Number one, if they do try to get involved, if it's not legal, does that kind of let us know that the writing is on the wall? I'm going to answer the first part of your question in two forms. One, on the surface, you would think so, yes, because, of federal law versus state laws. But if the federal government has in fact said the states are able to make their own laws about this, which they have, right? I mean, over half of the country now is legal or decriminalized in some fashion. All of those major corporations have parent companies in states, right? For instance, Marlboro being in North Carolina or Budweiser being based out of St. Louis, Missouri. So typically what happens with those kind of companies is wherever their parent location is the state where they're based out of. So, for instance, Missouri, weed is not legal at all there. Excuse me. They just passed medical this last go around. As we're here in Illinois, we have decriminalization of recreational. So, if there was a manufacturer here in Illinois that wanted to start doing something, I don't think it would be a problem. But I think there is definitely a leaning in that direction, right? Here's the thing we're going to have to recognize is the minute that the federal government does say, yes, we're going to be able to do this, then we are going to have to recognize that there will be another layer of tax associated to it in one way or another, because that's the only way it can happen is it becomes lucrative for them. Same way it has in individual states, right? They say, oh yeah, you can do this, but you're going to pay 10% or 20% in taxes. Yeah, so I reckon it is definitely a telling statement if large corporations start getting involved, because those guys do have a whole plethora of other things they have to look at as far as regulatory stuff, as opposed to your mom and pop shop that makes peanut butter cookies. Let's see. Look at this on the YouTube side since it's so much bigger and easier to read. I mean, people don't invest into a federally illegal industry unless they feel they would get a huge return on it. So have the CEOs and law enforcement been having behind the scenes meetings on it? Well, I can tell you that having police friends that, not currently, because Illinois, it has already taken place, right? But prior to decriminalization in Illinois, I had several friends that were in the know that would tell me, hey, look, man, I'm telling you, your wish is going to come true a lot sooner than you think. And it did, right? Like, and I don't know if it's because I had the connections to those guys over the years where I was doing breathalyzers on cars. And I mean, I ran the pilot program for the BAID system here in Illinois, the blow and go kind of deal. So I would get information that maybe most people on the streets wouldn't, but they were in the know before it took place. So I reckon that's still going on a much larger level, or I shouldn't say larger, much smaller level at a larger tier, right? A higher tier. So we know that a lot of states that have legalized have a lot of income coming in from it. Don't you think that at some point all states will say we need some of that money, period? Yeah, I would reckon so. I don't think we're going to see I don't think we're going to see like a state tax conglomerate kind of deal, right? I think what'll happen is there will be a federal sales tax that is associated, or state sales taxes will increase because a percentage of state sales tax will have to go to the federal government, right? I think it'll be that way because the feds are not going to, the feds will never give you rights, right? It's just not going to happen. If they have taken something away, they will not giveth back unless it is lucrative for them. You've been around long enough to know this, right? Like, we're just going to temporarily do this for a little bit. Whatever, that totally means permanent to me. But there is a tremendous amount of revenue being created in that industry as well. I mean, we've got, when they started the pilot program for medical here in Illinois, it was one pharmacy and one grow op per county. That was it. And the fees to start up and the per annum fees that you have to pay to run these joints is astronomical. And I mean, for the licensing to get started, it was like $325,000 for a grow op. And their maintenance is like $175,000 a year just in permitting, right? Since that time, the pilot program was scheduled to run for 5 years. Within 4 years, they had already decided, actually within 3 years, they had already decided that the recreational was going to be a thing. And before the pilot program was even up, we had retail locations. Quincy has an actual population of just under 40,000 people in the city limits. If you count the county that's surrounding us, you're upwards to 80 or 82,000 people. And there are 3 retail locations in this town already. And that's been just within the past 2 years. So it's an incredible market. There's money to be made. You look at these other states like Oregon that decriminalized everything, right? They said, yeah, whatever it is, and just you get a fine or you'll go to rehab, one or the other, but we're just going to make everything decriminalized is pretty far out. And I reckon there will be other states that follow that model too. Let's see, somebody bedonked me. Holler, holler, Mr. George Bush Pimps. I'm going to go ahead and send him this link as well, because who doesn't love a conversation with that dude? Control C. Let's see, boom, boom, Control V, boom. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, hopefully he'll come in here. That'll be all right. He'll probably be on his phone, though, so it'll make everybody dizzy if he does. All right, Nick, what you got for me? Spent $55 in Vegas, and the stuff I bought would have had me in prison in my state for at least 5 years. It's very frustrating. I cannot agree more, man. There should be a standard, and but I mean, at the end of the day, that's what makes this place so interesting, right? The individual states have individual rights that the government shall not infringe, and that's kind of what makes us cool. But at the same time, it definitely makes for a confusing situation. Excuse me. By the way, Mountain Dew today. Having myself a sticky drink. I reckon I will have a beer before the night's over. All right. See, this thing keeps beeping at me and making me think it's somebody I want to talk to. Let's see. If anyone, if you're not on the Discord, by the way, you should do so. That's a lot of fun. Kind of reminds me of more of the Skype type environment from back in the day. Group calls, that kind of deal. If you're not familiar with Discord, I would highly recommend that to anybody that is trying to stay savvy, and not just internet and technically savvy, but like just to be able to communicate with people that might have a similar mindset as yourself. So real quick, I'm going to cover this one more time. Let's do a share of this screen here. We'll pull up this one. Allow. All right, that should be up there now. Market estimate $112,000. I'm going to try to go and look at that a little bit bigger here. Y'all bear with me. And try to get down here. There's like historical data and stuff that you can look at. Here we go. In 2017, we bought this property for $89,500. So 89.5. So that's $10,500 short of 100. 10,500 plus 12,000, $22,600, or 30%. That's crazy, y'all. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's just not sustainable. That's not going to continue for long. All right. And I don't have a whole lot other than that, unless someone else would like to pop in here and have something to say. I think I'm going to shut her down. Let's see here. Haven't heard anything from the GBP yet. Sorry, just catching up. I'm a terrible host, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think that's probably it. Go to Zillow, take a look at your damn house. Yeah, absolutely, Nick. I hope you have a great day, bud. I'm glad you stopped in here for a minute. Take a look at how much money they're printing, y'all. Take a look at how much of it you're not getting. If we're going to increase the monetary supply by 50%, then everybody should be making, more than what they are now, right? Otherwise, you're not getting your cut. All right, y'all. I hope you have a great day. Nothing but love for all of you. Deuces.